If your golf game's as hot as TPC River Highlands was today, you'd be right at home among the world's best. The opening round of the 2025 Travelers Championship brought not just soaring temperatures, but a level of play that matched the heat. The sun beat down relentlessly, making every shot a test of both skill and endurance. Players wiped sweat from their brows, caddies hustled for shade, and fans fanned themselves in the stands, all while the action on the course was just beginning to sizzle. If you managed to keep your cool and post a low number, you're leading the Travelers. The leaderboard was a revolving door all day, with names rising and falling as the drama unfolded. Every birdie was met with a roar, every bogey with a collective gasp. The energy was electric and the stakes couldn't have been higher. Missed round one? Don't worry, here's what set Cromwell buzzing. The galleries were packed from the first tee shot, with fans eager to see their favorite stars and maybe witness a little history. The air was thick with anticipation, and you could feel the excitement ripple through the crowd with every big moment. Let's dive in. Welcome to the 2025 Travelers Championship at TPC River Highlands, a course that's become legendary for its dramatic finishes and unpredictable twists. This year, the field is deeper than ever, with major champions, rising stars, and local favorites all vying for the coveted title. The stage is set for another unforgettable week in Connecticut. The sun was shining and the birdies were flying. Early on, it was clear that the course was yielding just enough to reward aggressive play, but punishing any mistakes. The fairways were lush, the greens running true, and the pins tucked in just the right spots to tempt the bold. It was a perfect recipe for fireworks. With a $20 million purse up for grabs, the world's best teed it up with everything to play for. The Travelers has always attracted a strong field, but this year's prize money has raised the stakes to a whole new level. Every player knows that a hot start could be the difference between a life-changing payday and a missed opportunity. Knowing every shot would count, the pressure was on from the very first hole. Players talked about the importance of staying patient, but with so much on the line, it was hard not to chase every birdie. The tension was palpable, and you could see it in the focused expressions and deliberate routines. Rory McIlroy, one of the game's biggest names, kicked things off early, making a statement with a birdie on the second. His swing looked as smooth as ever, and he seemed determined to put last week's disappointment behind him. The crowd followed his every move, and Rory fed off their energy, stringing together a series of crisp iron shots that set the tone for his round. On the second hole, his approach was textbook, landing softly and setting up a tap-in birdie. All morning his iron play was a masterclass in precision, and he looked every bit the contender. Rory's confidence was contagious, and you could sense that he was ready to make a run at the title. Tommy Fleetwood, meanwhile, handled the breeze like a seasoned pro. The wind picked up as the morning wore on, but Tommy's ball flight never wavered. He dialed in a laser approach at the fifth, threading the needle between bunkers and leaving himself a short putt for birdie. His calm demeanor and steady play made him a fan favorite throughout the day. At the fifth, Fleetwood rolled in an easy birdie, barely breaking a sweat. His ability to control his trajectory in the swirling wind was a thing of beauty, and it kept him in the hunt as the leaderboard continued to shuffle. Tony Finau brought his trademark power to the sixth, nearly holing out for eagle. The crowd held its breath as his putt tracked toward the hole, missing by mere inches. The collective sigh was followed by a round of applause as Tony tapped in for birdie and kept the pressure on the leaders. Finau's birdie was just one of many highlights in a round filled with drama. His fist pump said it all. He's here to win, and he's not backing down. With his length off the tee and deft touch around the greens, Tony is always a threat, and today was no exception. By afternoon, all eyes were on the marquee group. Scottie Scheffler, the defending champion, was ice cool under the blazing sun. His focus never wavered, and he moved through the course with the quiet confidence of a player who knows what it takes to win here. The shadows grew longer, but Scottie's game stayed sharp. On the third, Scheffler stuck his approach to just 3 feet, setting up a routine birdie. It was a textbook display of course management, and a reminder to the field that the champ wasn't going to give up his crown without a fight. US Open hero Spaun provided one of the day's biggest highlights, draining a monster 30-footer on the fourth. The putt seemed to defy gravity, curling perfectly into the cup and sending the crowd into a frenzy. Spaun's putter was red hot, and he rode that momentum all afternoon. Spaun's celebration was pure joy, a reminder of how much these moments mean to the players. His confidence on the greens was infectious, and he quickly became one of the stories of the day. Collin Morikawa, known for his iron play, showed off his short game with a brilliant scramble on the ninth. After finding the rough off the tee, he faced a tricky chip with little green to work with. But Collin's touch was flawless, and he left himself a tap-in to save par. That par save kept his round on track and proved why he's considered one of the best under pressure. Morikawa's ability to grind out a score, even when things aren't perfect, is what separates the greats from the rest. And don't forget Xander Schauffele, who spent the day firing at flags and giving himself chance after chance. His aggressive play kept the pressure on the leaders, and he looked poised to make a move as the tournament progresses. Tom Kim, meanwhile, pulled off some bunker magic on the 12th. With his ball buried in the sand, he splashed it out to within a few feet, saving par and keeping his round alive. It was the kind of shot that can turn a round around, and Tom's reaction showed just how much it meant. As sunset fell over TPC River Highlands, the course took on a golden glow and the drama only intensified. There was no runaway leader, just pure competition, with a tightly bunched leaderboard and dozens of players still in contention. The atmosphere was electric, and you could sense that something special was brewing. With everyone in the hunt, the stage is set for a thrilling weekend. The leaderboard is tighter than ever, and it's anyone's guess who will emerge on top. The margin for error is razor thin, and every shot will matter even more as the pressure mounts. Day one's in the books, and this Travelers is wide open. The players will regroup, the fans will catch their breath, and tomorrow, it all starts again. If today was any indication, we're in for a wild ride. Can Scottie Scheffler defend his title and cement his legacy? Or will a new champion rise from the pack and seize the moment? The storylines are endless, and the possibilities are wide open. One thing's for sure, the Travelers Championship never disappoints. Stay tuned, round 2 is coming fast. The drama is just getting started, and you won't want to miss a single shot as the world's best battle for glory at TPC River Highlands. Grab your popcorn, mark your calendars, and get ready for more unforgettable moments at the 2025 Travelers Championship.